Bears head coach Ben Johnson says the Bears are winning games in spite of the passing offense, not because of it. Let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, my NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, guys, please do hit that subscribe button down below and make sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. All right, so in a press conference, Ben Johnson was asked about Caleb Williams' completion percentage in the pass game. And he said the following: it's an area we have certainly talked about. And Johnson said to fix it, fundamentally be correct. The primary receiver, when he's open, we've got to make sure we hit him. And then all of our pass catchers, we just harped on it today. We need to be more disciplined in our route detail. It's not where it needs to be. Our depth's not proper all the time. Our steps isn't. And ended the answer with everybody has a role to play to get this pass game cleaned up. It's not where it needs to be. We're winning in spite of our passing game, not because of it, and none of us are pleased with that. So these are interesting comments from Ben Johnson. Now, look, the Bears are 9-3. There's no reason to be complaining about pretty much anything. But I just like the fact that, first and foremost, we know Ben Johnson does not ever act satisfied, and he isn't really, because it's like, what have you done so far? Just because you've won all these games doesn't mean the job's finished, right? You need to clinch the playoffs. You want to go ahead and move farther than that. So we'll see. But I just want to harp on this comment about the passing game. And I'm like, okay, wait a second. The Bears have 9 wins, right? Let's just go down the list of 9 wins and say, hey, which games did the Bears win primarily? Okay, we're talking about primarily because we know that, all three phases have parts in winning. Which phase of the offense primarily won that football game? Or more specifically, I should say, was the passing game the reason the Bears won that football game? So going down this list, I went down through all 9 games, and I came away with 3 games that we definitively won mainly because of the passing offense. And then I have a couple more that are debatable, and then we can discuss, okay? So we'll start with the Cowboys game. That one, the Bears definitively won because of the passing offense. Caleb was electric in that game. I still think that was his best game of the season. Almost threw for 300 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. That game was awesome and absolute offensive masterpiece by Caleb and the passing attack. So that's not debatable. If you don't agree, you don't know football, okay? That was the passing game. Then we had the Bengals game, and that we primarily won because of the passing game. 280 yards for Caleb, 3 touchdowns, including the game-winning touchdown to, of course, Colson Loveland. Our defense could not stop Joe Flacco to save their life, so do not tell me the defense was primarily the reason for that game. Now, you can say the run game because Kyle Menengai went completely nuts in that game for 176 yards, obviously, and that was awesome to see, but I would still give this slight lean to the passing attack in that one because that is what got us the win at the very end, okay? Because, remember, Bengals were up, and then we literally needed that Caleb touchdown. So now you can't say, hey, Faiz, Kyle Menengai went nuts in that game, had 175 plus rushing yards. Yes, he absolutely went crazy, bonkers in that game. But I'm just giving the slight lean to the passing attack because that is what put us over the top and got us the W. Because if you remember, the Bengals were up in that game. We couldn't stop Joe Flacco. So it was, to me, the passing attack that gets the benefit there. And then the Steelers game, 239 yards for Caleb, 3 touchdowns. I think we won that primarily because of the passing attack. So that's another win there. Now, here are some of the ones that are debatable. And it's like, okay, what do you want to do? Do you want to give the main credit to the passing attack? The Raiders game, this one we won by a point. Caleb had 212 passing yards and a touchdown. But the rushing attack was abysmal. Swifty ran for 14 carries for 38 rushing yards. I mean, that was awful. So I think I'd give that more to the passing game. That's 4 games right there. Definitely not giving the Bengals game. That was a terrible game. That was Caleb's worst game of the season. The Giants game, I think that was more of the rushing attack. The Vikings was more of the rushing attack. The Eagles definitely was more of the rushing attack. Maybe you could do the Giants one, actually. Caleb did throw for 220 and a touchdown in that one. But my point is it's like 4 or 5 games out of 9 that I think the passing game is primarily responsible for. But if you want to go ahead and say, hey, it's only 3 Faiz or 4 at best, okay, that's not more than 50%. And I get what Ben Johnson is saying. He wants us to get to a point where we are winning, like he said, because of the passing game more often than not. All right, more often than not. So I would say it's fair. That's totally fair. And here's my thing. For Caleb, man, everything about his numbers, I don't have a problem with besides one thing, which is completion percentage. And you guys might be thinking completion percentage is overrated. And to a large part, I agree. I don't need his completion percentage to be at 70% for me to think that he's an elite quarterback. There's literally like 2 guys, at that range. And Caleb's not that type of quarterback. He's not a Drew Brees, right? He's not a guy that only sits in the pocket and tries to deliver. He's not a Jared Goff. And so I don't need it to be that high, but I certainly need it to be better than 58%. 58% is way too low. Caleb needs to be in the mid-6s. He needs to be at 64 to 66%. That's where I need that completion percentage to be at, because the rest of the stats look great. 17 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Technically, it's 21 touchdowns total that he's accounted for, with 3 rushing and a receiving. Almost a little over 2,700 passing yards. Like, the numbers are fine. They're fine to me. It's just the completion percentage. So I think Ben Johnson is being fair by saying that, hey, we need more games to be won because of our passing attack in spite of it. Because right now the rushing attack has been excellent, which is great. And then obviously we've had turnovers in a lot of games that has helped us win. So fair criticism. Never satisfied, man. That's what Ben Johnson is, and I love it because that sort of mentality rubs off on the team, that same type of culture that he's trying to bring here. So let me know what you guys think, man. Agree or disagree with Ben Johnson? I want to hear from you guys down below. Leave a comment. As always, thanks for watching.